Well, hey everybody, and we're back. We're continuing our little baking deal or cooking, complete cooking for our little ladies' luncheon tomorrow. And so what we're going to do now is an apple coffee cake. Now, I have made this for you before, but it is so good, it's worth repeating. And it's so simple, it's worth repeating. It's worth repeating. We've already done 4 lemon loaves. We did 2 with blueberries and 2 without. And now I'm going to make 2 of these cakes. However, I'm going to make them one at a time. Very simple. Oh my goodness gracious, it doesn't get easier than this. And oh my gosh, it's so good. So this is a white cake mix. And it's Baker's Corner from Aldi. 89 cents, folks. So put that in my mixer. To that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon. Oh, come on. Here we go. And then I'm going to add a cup of sour cream. Now, you know how I always am harping on, and I know I do, on using a liquid measuring cup. So what is sour cream? Is it solid? Is it liquid? Well, here's the thing. I'm using this because it's glass, and I can see if I've got any holes. You see that hole? But I can see to make sure I've got what I want. So that's why I'm using that. You can use whatever you want. I promise. This one's okay. So get all that goodness out. There we go. And then, you know, I always tell you, but see, this has a pouring spout. You see that? So it is 1/4 cup of milk that I'm putting in here. This one can be wet or dry. You gotta like that. I have got so many measuring cups, I can't even tell you. I have so much kitchen stuff, I can't even tell you. Okay, and so let's get that going. And then we'll add our eggs, because you know me, I always add my eggs one at a time, no matter what, when I'm baking. That's just a thing I learned long ago. I make sure I got everything. I do. I have 3 eggs in here that I've cracked. That's as hard as this gets, folks. I mean, this is one of the best coffee cakes ever. Really it is. It's getting there. I know you can't really see in there. Not much to see, quite honestly. So I'm going to add these eggs. I'm going to drop them in one at a time. I'm going to let that get incorporated. You can see the yellow. I can see the yellow. You can see the yellow. Turn it up a little bit. Let it get incorporated. Drop the second one. Now here's the thing. If you happen to drop 2 at once, and trust me, I've done it a million times. It's not a panic situation. It's not a big deal. It's just better if you add them slow. They get completely mixed in. And the last one. Pull this down. I want to pull everything down from the sides. I do that all the time because you want to make sure that all your dry stuff gets in there. So I'm just pulling it down from the sides, pulling it off the beater to make sure that everything that's dry gets mixed in. The other thing I do too is when I take it out of here, I always make sure I go to the bottom of the bowl with my mixer, with my spoon or my spatula, whatever I happen to have. Just to make sure that everything on the bottom of the bowl got mixed in properly. All right, so let's let that beat for just a minute. And actually, while that's doing that, I'll show you my pan. Back up here a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do it in a regular 9x13 cake pan. And I am going to spray it with my Aldi Carlini spray, $1.49 or something. I'm telling you, even at Walmart, as far as a box, because a box cake is a box cake. And, you know, all it is it's pre-measured ingredients. I mean, you know, so, and I make plenty of scratch cakes. There are some that this is how you make the cake, so. And so I have my piece of parchment, and I'm going to put that down. It doesn't have to go end to end. Again, I'm just using it as I did for the lemon loaves, so that when it's done, I can lift it out and then cut it on a cutting board. Makes it a lot easier to cut. So, so that's all ready. So we're almost done. Okay, we are actually. Take this off. Oh, it smells wonderful. You know, that's that whole cinnamon thing. And then you mix cinnamon with apples. Yum! And give me a cup of Black Rifle coffee. And my porch, oh my goodness gracious. But that will have to wait for another day. Tomorrow, it's a brunch, so it's from 9:30 to 10:30 tomorrow morning. And I will get there about 7:30 because I'm making some breakfast casseroles, which I'm going to share with you here in just a minute. And, you know, I got to get every last off of that. And so I'll get there and bake everything at church, because we really have quite a nice kitchen at church. Actually, we have two very nice kitchens at church. So, okay, so I'm going to just pour all of this batter in here. And I got to make sure I'm doing it because I'm sure that's right. Yes. Yes, it is. I know I look like I'm spacing out, and I am kind of, but let's see. And I back this up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to get all the goodness out of here. It always makes me think of my mother-in-law, my sweet Nancy Corley. She used to call these kind of spatulas child cheaters, because you could get every last bit out of the bowl, and she was good at it for sure. And there was no licking the bowl because there wasn't really anything left. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to spread this out. Can you see that? Yes. Spread this out all over my pan. So far, I don't think that, honestly, if we've been doing this 7 minutes, that's a lot. Okay, so this is nice and spread out. Get that off of there. And I'm going to bang it. I always do. Then I am going to, yes, I licked my fingers. I'm going to wash them. Sorry about that. Sometimes you just have to. Okay, so now, this is apple pie filling. You know, I do try to have stuff together, but it just doesn't always work that way. So this is apple pie filling. This is Walmart, simply because Aldi doesn't have apple pie filling. Don't know why, but they don't. Not even in the fall. Aldi, you need apple pie filling. So all you're going to do with this is you're going to cover the top of it. Just put the apples down on top. Put you in there. It's kind of like a puzzle. So I am not going to make you watch me fumble. I'll go easier. I'll go quicker if you're not watching. I'll be right back. Okay, so not only did I top this one and finished it, but I did this one, and I did it very quickly because you weren't watching. I'm telling you, things go much quicker when you're not watching. So anyway, I'm going to put these in the oven at 350 for about 30-35 minutes until a pick comes out clean. And the batter is going to come up over these apples, and it's going to be golden brown. And, oh my goodness, it's so good. So I will see you in about 35 minutes. Okay, they're out and they're beautiful. I stuck my little tester in here, a little toothpick, big toothpick, and I didn't go down into the apple. I went into the cake to make sure it came out nice and clean. So it's done. It was in there about 40 minutes actually, and it's hard for me to tell you exactly how long because all the ovens, of course, bake differently. So, but this is. See how all of that batter came up and around all those apples? It's so good. So I'm going to try to remember to take a picture of my tables tomorrow so you can see what it looks like all set up. I say I'm going to try, but I get so busy I forget. So, but what I will do, I will let these cool, of course. And then tomorrow, I have tops actually that fit over the top of this. So once they're cool, I'll just fold these things in and put the tops on them. And I'll put them in the fridge overnight. And then tomorrow when I get there, I'll just pull these things out and lift it out to a cutting board. Which reminds me, I need to put a cutting board in my bag. So, okay, so the next thing we're going to do 2 breakfast casseroles. We're going to do 1 cinnamon roll, and we're going to do 1 egg and bacon and sausage. So stay with me. We'll see you soon.